In a small town, an archaeologist named Dr. Lena Hayes unearthed a hidden tomb in the Egyptian desert. Among the treasures, she found a beautifully preserved sarcophagus, adorned with gold and intricate hieroglyphs. Ignoring the warnings inscribed on its lid, she opened it, unleashing a dark, swirling mist that coiled around her like a serpent. As night fell, Lena began to experience unsettling visions. Phantom figures in ancient garb whispered in languages long forgotten, their eyes filled with malice. She learned too late that the tomb belonged to Seti, a vengeful priest who had been cursed to guard his secrets for eternity. Each night, the ghostly figure of Seti emerged, growing more corporeal and furious. He sought retribution for disturbing his slumber, dragging Lena deeper into the horrors of his past. She saw visions of his betrayal and the blood-soaked rituals that followed, feeling the weight of his rage and sorrow. Desperate to escape, Lena raced to the excavation site, but the ghost was relentless. The desert winds howled, and shadows danced around her, closing in. Just as she reached the entrance, she felt icy fingers wrap around her wrist. In a final scream, Lena vanished, leaving only her equipment behind. The next day, her colleagues found the site abandoned, the sarcophagus sealed once more. Locals whispered that on quiet nights, you could still hear Lena's voice echoing in the sands, warning others never to disturb the ancient tomb of Seti. As Dr. Lena Hayes delved deeper into the tomb, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Each artifact she examined seemed to pulse with a life of its own, whispering secrets just beyond her comprehension. The air grew thick with an unnatural chill, and shadows shifted in the flickering candlelight. After opening the sarcophagus, the mist coalesced into the vengeful form of Seti. His translucent body, draped in tattered linen, bore a crown that glinted ominously in the darkness. His eyes, deep pools of endless despair, locked onto Lena's with a hunger that sent shivers down her spine. That night, tormented by vivid dreams, Lena found herself transported to ancient Egypt, witnessing Seti's life unfold, a life marked by betrayal and sacrifice. She watched as he was betrayed by those he trusted, a ritual gone wrong that bound his spirit to the tomb, eternally guarding the treasures he had once cherished. In the waking world, Lena discovered cryptic inscriptions on the walls, detailing a curse placed on anyone who disturbed the priest's rest. Panic gripped her as the visions grew more vivid. She felt the weight of Seti's sorrow pressing down, morphing into a fury that threatened to consume her. Each morning, Lena's colleagues noted her growing pallor, her eyes haunted by shadows of the past. As they prepared to leave, Lena pleaded with them to leave the tomb behind, fearing that Seti's wrath would not only claim her but also those around her. But they dismissed her warnings as the effects of fatigue. On the final night, the desert winds howled like a banshee. Lena was jolted awake to find Seti standing at the foot of her bed, his form now more solid, his face twisted in anguish. "You have awakened me," he hissed, his voice a rasping echo that vibrated through the very walls. Desperate, she attempted to placate him, offering to help him find peace. But Seti's rage was insatiable. "You will join me in my torment," he bellowed, the tomb reverberating with his fury. With a sudden surge of determination, Lena raced back to the sarcophagus, hoping to find a way to reverse the curse. But as she knelt before it, shadows swirled around her, and she felt Seti's icy grip close in. In her final moments, she understood that his pain was now hers. When her colleagues returned to the excavation site, they found the tomb sealed, as if it had never been disturbed. Whispers filled the air, telling tales of the archaeologist who dared to awaken Seti. Locals warned that on quiet nights, you could still hear Lena's voice carried by the wind, a chilling reminder to those who sought the riches of the past. Some tombs are best left undisturbed. If you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.